I'm coming at you with a massive attack. I'll leave you flat on your back. Smack you with my mighty tackle. Bones will pop, snap, and crackle. This is a blitzkrieg, son. Sit down, I already won. Punishment has to begun. Just let me reload my gun of ones. It's time to get off my pitch. Here I can help you with this. My shadow bring out a shiv, and he likes when you resist. Time to be quiet, don't snitch. I love the thrill of the risk. All day I spin like a disc. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. You know it deep in your soul. It's in your blood to roll. Bet every dollar you own. It's in your blood to roll. Man, this boy's out of control. It's in your blood to roll. You got some dice to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll. It's in your blood to roll.
Hello, and welcome to a playoff game. So there's two playoff games starting at the moment, and I've chosen the Khemri Nurgle match instead of Chaos Nurgle. So I think the Khemri Nurgle might be more interesting rather than a Claw versus Claw matchup. They're also both similar TV. I think the Chaos Nurgle, I think the Nurgle are underdog a little bit, but this is quite even in TV. Sorry, I had to switch pitches so that we have the right pitch for my cast. Go Khemri, go. Exactly. I hate the coach thing, never works. Team name, is it Funky? So at home we have some 1960 Nurgle in a bubonic yellow. Pretty middling record, a lot of draws, but they've managed to make playoffs this season. Do they have a stadium? Yeah, security gate, standard. So we're not going to be having any riot or pitch invasions. I want to draw a rectangle in Epic Pen. It's a shame. Alright, for the spoilers I'm going to have to colour in the screen so you can't see what the spoilers are for the game. But we've got good development on the warriors, all with block. Only one killer warrior. Interesting choice of tackle, third skill on Dr. Silky Delicious. Some good names here. Funky Rock Maniacs, Funk and Nurgle combining. Yeah, normally you see tentacles on the Strength 5 warriors if they roll Strength 5 first. Hey Michaels, how you doing, buddy? The Beast of Nurgle with so many skills that they go off, they overflow into a separate box because there's just so many. Guard, stand firm, grab, break, tackle. No block on the beast, but otherwise very good piece. Going to be causing some havoc potentially, although maybe not that useful in a Khemri matchup. Maybe better against Agi. I mean, it's still a mighty blow, and even 1960 Nurgle, they've got room to grow, these Nurgle boys. They don't have any. Yeah, they've got room to grow. Good amount of tackle. You don't often see 3 tackle on Nurgle until they hit like super high TV. But they've got a good Saka here, 2 heads, wrestle tackle, 2 killers, one with jugs, one with piling on. I like that. Target wrestlers with galactic fantastigors. And the warriors are shit, but like you're close to guard on both of these guys, and they have blocks, so they're reliable, if nothing else. Getting development on Ogre warriors is really hard. I suspect he's had a few dead warriors in his team history, more than a few. You think they'll get dominated? Well, the Khemri are going to have a lot of guard, I imagine. Pretty weak ball carrier, no blodge, no agi 4, no kickoff returned, no 2 heads, but does the job for 120 team value. 1 dirty player, 1 wrestle, 13 players, so 2 bench. Decent team. But we're getting calls that they are going to get dominated by pass farming, the ironically named Khemri team. So there's no stat freaks on this team really, except for the double movement up throw raw, but no actually 3 players is going to make the pickups spicy, to say the least. Incredibly good development on the Tomb Guardians. They're hard to keep alive because of decay, but having 4 guard mighty blow, 3 with block, which is a double, 3 break tackle, 2 stand firm. I think this is, yeah, just a movement bust. REBBL don't have any weak players. Stop it. What about Michaels? He's pretty weak and feeble. So an extra bench here, 14 players. I really like 14 players against Chaos and Nurgle. And you've got regen on these guys. So you've got fouling fodder if you get the field position. You've got a deep bench in case the armor dice start going against you. 2 DPs with wrestle. A little bit bloaty, but wrestle will keep them alive, hopefully. Hey, I'm trying. This is my season, Michaels. I'm trying. I've won. Sorry, I should say spoilers, but I'm in the competition for the playoffs, and I wasn't in last season. And hopefully I'll go all the way. But enough about me. Backup throw raw. You often see them with wrestle on the backup, but he's gone for tackle first instead, which I think is fine. Not great in this matchup because there's not going to be a lot of dodge, if any, on the Necro team. Let's find... Michaels has got a lot more playoff wins than me. That's for damn sure. Alright. I'm gonna do my best to colour all this in so you can't see shit. But then how will I see shit? I haven't thought this through. Maybe if I like colour in that bit.
Hello, hello.
Hey, is that T-Self I hear?
It is.
How you doing?
How are you doing?
I'm great. Professional stream. Now. I need to search for match. This is kind of working. I'm trying to block out spoilers.
I think it's only the one game that's live right now.
That's true, and the score will be 0-0. All right, I'll stop doing that. Could be it's not live yet. Although there is another game going, Beeftown Brawlers versus the Flutterbytes. I think that might be the match.
Might be another match, yeah.
Is it? No. It's a third match. That's a secret match.
Oh, no.
I'm not sure which league that's in. It might be Upstarts or Clan or something. So what's your assessment of the teams going in?
I haven't looked at them.
I can send you the links if you'd like.
I will.
It's the Funky Rock Maniacs versus Nurgle versus Pass Farming. I'll just send it in. It's in the press core.
I can find it.
Let me just set the Twitch extension. People never tell me when the Twitch extension is setting correctly. People never tell me when. And it always says like, "Oh, you're casting with Sir Sebstar." I see. Yeah, it is. It's saying. I'm sure it's saying Sir Sebstar. So you're Sir T Salt Star at the moment. I guess you're a capital T, lowercase s kind of guy. So you're actually self.
It
right?
doesn't really matter. I think I usually go all lowercase, but
But are you T self or you self?
T self separate, yeah,
Okay.
because it's like my first initial and then my last name. So
Don't dox yourself.
everyone already knows that.
I didn't know that. I'm gonna find you now.
Knows.
I'm gonna find you
Everyone
somehow.
who's been on my stream.
Yeah, I tend not to be on many Rel streams. It's true.
We can be like pretty late at night sometimes.
Yeah, I sometimes will catch like an East Coast stream. All right, you have been set as a caster correctly according to my best efforts. And we have the game live.
Cool.
Made a mess of this. Let me, hopefully they're just setting up. It is pretty pink. Depending on how boring the game is, will affect how much epic pen I use.
I have used it before myself. It's fun.
It's pretty good. I think it's a bit better when you're like trying to illustrate very specific. Oh, they should be in this square, and then they need to do this. I think it can help.
Yeah. I've used it more for like replays than actual live, but yeah.
So Funky Rock Maniacs chose to kick. I think that's a good choice. Defending first is usually the best option.
I think I've played this Khemri team before.
Oh, how do you rate the coach? Calgro's
I don't
remember. Did you win?
I don't remember.
You might need to refresh the thing, Bazik. Let me know if you refresh and it's still there.
Yeah, I think those plugins don't change until you hit the refresh button.
I should probably have said it before starting the game. So an interesting LOS there, putting a warrior on the line. There's no claw obviously on the Khemri, so should be somewhat safe. But a big foul target potentially on the first turn.
Yeah, I guess he wants his Beast of Nurgle free to move somewhere.
Yeah, but you could just maybe bench the ball carrier, put another rodder on, and then just have 3 rodders on the line.
Yeah, you could definitely bench someone.
I bench the DP as well. I like my DP to be preserved for my offense.
Yeah, I do find that you usually get more options. It's hard to say because if you like try to pile in for a foul on offense, you can sometimes be out of position, but
yeah, it kind of depends how the LOS blocks go.
Yeah, it certainly doesn't help if your DP just spends the entire LOS on the floor and getting up and then getting hit back down and so on.
Yeah, I think a DP like kick, where you want to deploy it at a very kind of specific moment of the match. Zoom in. I can zoom in. Both teams get a reroll, so we'll be seeing some rerolled blocks, I imagine, some greed rerolls.
Okay, quick question. Which side are you behind?
I'm watching the Nurgle go forward, so that's the wrong way. I'm going to actually switch that.
Okay, sure. I just wanted to make sure I'm saying left and right the same way as you.
Yeah, Khemri going up.
Okay, cool. Is that oh, that's a cool throw raw.
It is, yeah. It's the star of the team, I think. Along with those three block Tomb Guardians. Ooh, big. This is why you don't put a motherfucking warrior on the line.
At least he
Regen does a
regen.
thing. Yeah, kind of, who would you blitz here? Would it be the beast?
Probably not. Maybe. I
It
guess
has
you
to
have a
stand
pretty good,
firm, and you don't have jugs.
like your
on, to be
Tomb
fair.
Guardian blitz is decent with the one with block.
I think given that you've got 4 rerolls, and you're looking at like a 1 in 16 chance of not getting a knockdown on the beast if you commit a reroll to it.
The good
Although
thing
you
is
do
that
have to
if
get
you
through
do knock it down, you get a foul on it, which would be nice.
That would be good, yeah. I think he should move his players before rolling dice a bit more. Like he should have done his blitz, I think, before the pickup. But you can just roll 6s.
Certainly before a Khemri pickup.
Yeah.
Fouling a Rotter.
Fouling a
Well,
roll
it is
without
a
DP.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like that choice. Chaos is probably coming back. See if there are any inducements. There don't seem to be any inducements on either side, unless there's a mercenary I can't see.
Okay, and 4 rerolls on each side. I'm assuming they just both gained one
The
in the
follow
kickoff.
tracker is covering one of the coach names. Follow tracker. This little thingy. All right, we'll put it right in the middle of the screen then. All right,
So decent start. 2 removals, always good.
Yeah, very decent start. I think both of the things I said shouldn't be on the LOS getting removed.
I think it was important to foul off the fouler because
Oh, the top right corner thingy.
right next to him.
I'm just gonna delete that. Thanks, Streamify. Long time no speak. So good choice of blitz using jugs on both down there, and we're getting a death. Sounded like no regen as well. Yeah, no regen.
It feels bad to lose like your DPs, but it was also like there's a backup.
Yeah, it's a backup DP. You've got 4 bench. I think you take those first 2 turns as the Khemri.
Double GFI to get the killer safe afterwards.
Yeah, I like that because you have the rerolls for it. Probably
Certainly
don't
having
make the
4
beast.
rerolls. Yeah, you can make more risky choices in a game when you have that many.
Yeah. Hopefully we see some greed rerolls at some point. Could dodge away. Yeah. With the bizarrely agi 3 rotter. There's such not an agi 3 piece.
I have been playing Nurgle in 2020 now, and they have
They
agi
fixed that.
first now. They would have failed it.
I think the reroll probably helps the Khemri a bit more because they can reroll things like foul appearance failures with a bit more impunity.
It's also generally the reroll favors like on offense. I don't know. Unless you're elves or something, like elves like it on defense a lot, but
yeah, you can snowball a bit
team
harder.
on defense. I feel like you don't get as many dice rolls on your defense as a bash team.
So probably not a piling on here because that would put your player in some peril.
Oh, he's subscribed to the Papa Nasty school.
Okay, getting a stun, piling on the armor there was kind of brave, but rewarded a little bit. It's hard to protect him fully, but now that the DP's gone, you're a bit more comfortable doing this. There is a wrestle rotter that will probably be fouling that guy. It's always interesting how many players you commit to protect your piling on guy. It looks like not many, unless you send that skeleton out to dry, which would just invite the blitz so you can get more assists on the foul.
I mean, I might see him send the skeleton out to dry, if not for the protection, but just to foul that thing. Then again, I mean, it is already a stun, so.
I don't like a foul here, no. So yeah, so the Jugs is kind of out of position if you want to move that Tomb Guardian and get even more assists, but you can get a decent 2-assist foul here. Yeah, it is a shame, Random Boy. Yeah, there were 2 playoff games starting at the same time. I picked one because Khemri don't often make it to playoffs nearly so much.
Yeah,
as
it is
Chaos.
nice to see Khemri there.
Yeah, there are an extreme example of I guess the Blood Bowl team spectrum, which is
Yes.
the most strength on the pitch, I think, of any team, and then the worst agility. Not enough assists for an AV9. I think I like 2 assists on an AV9 foul because you're getting to like break even point with DP. 2 assists in DP, that's like fouling effectively at, you know, kind of an arm 6. Yeah, good choice of blitz, I think.
Greed reroll, probably.
Oh yeah, all the live long day.
Yeah.
Just a stun. Feels like the kind of momentum's with the Khemri a bit so far.
Well, he has the assist if he wants to do a 2 foul.
He's fouling this. Come on. It's armor 8. It's on the floor. It's going to be trying to remove your guys all game.
And you have a deep bet.
You could get another assist if you are base with the rotter to foul. And you mark the Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, but now that the beast is, you know, I don't think that's gonna happen.
I think he's fouling. His killer is, or rather one of his killers, is very exposed here though. Yeah, I like that assist. That's right, I like that foul.
So
no
close.
dice.
DP would have broken.
DP would have broken. If only the DP was not on the line of scrimmage.
That's one of those things about Nurgle though. Like they just have so many positionals that their rotters often don't have space on the pitch to exist.
Yeah, it is hard fitting the rotters in. There is a guard on it. It'd be hard to get. It's not that hard actually. 2 assists, and put a Tomb Guardian next to the claw. I guess, or 3 assists. You could assist like in those 3 spaces to the right of the killer, and then blitz off the floor here. You're in no rush. So basing with the Tomb Guardian against Claw here, so possibly indicating the blitz target's going to be. I mean, you want to blitz the armor 8 right here. Sure.
Yeah, he's blitz killer.
Yeah, there we go. Reroll. Just pushes.
That's spicy because now he's going to be giving up a blitz on this really strong Tomb Guardian.
He is, but he's gonna need to. He can't commit to all of these counter hits. I don't think. There's just too much.
Just 2
strength.
assists. Yeah.
At the moment, Tomb Guardian has a mighty blow hit.
I think you can get both. I think you get both Tomb Guardians. I think it should be.
There's a good square for guard if he can move the beast. I don't know what's GFI 1, 2. Yeah, it's a GFI. Yeah, I think there's a bit of counterplay here for the Nurgle.
Alright, the good old loner skeleton doing his best job.
Foul. I'm not sure how many assists that is, but it's a few. With DP here. Ooh, low armor roll.
Very low.
That's a great spot for the guard to stand up in as well.
I mean, it's a great spot for the guard to blitz the ball too.
Be half die, but yeah. It is. You could possibly, you can't really chain push. You could maybe chain push the one Tomb Guardian away to make it a 1-die.
Yeah.
But then even then you need to like anti-assist on the right hand side. Yeah.
Which is that surf potential.
Yeah. I don't love the ball carrier blitz here. I think you just take the claw hit on the Tomb Guardian. Nice hit on the Armor 8 Blitzer. Can hit with the rest of them from behind.
You go for like both claw hits, so you could get like the claw hit on the Tomb Guardian and the claw blitz on the other Tomb Guardian.
You can, but that's still red dice, random boy. Unless I'm miscounting here, because you need to mark the skeleton in order to make that a 1 dice even. I think I'd leave the ball carrier this turn. Just take the good claw hits.
Ooh, we go for a 1-die on the Tomb Guardian with the Rotter. That's an interesting choice.
Maybe he's seen a sack that starts with a. So he could chain push. So now he can chain push the ball carrier out now and then come in with wrestle. I think that's what he might do.
Yeah, that seems like the idea.
Bad square for the Tomb Guardian to be pushed to though, because now he's blocked his path.
Oh, I would have just pushed the ball.
He's coming in through the front in that case. So he's going to follow this block.
Yeah, I guess going the back way would have required the beast to do something.
Yeah, that's true. The beast doesn't have blocks. You don't really want to activate it, but that needed to be a knockdown, I think.
So this is going to be a blitz with the downed warrior.
Yeah, he's got 1 assist and then 2 anti-assists. So
or not. Or not.
Or not.
But this is a blitz on the killer. Doesn't get him.
I think he was in 2 minds that turn of whether to go for the ball or just take high value hits. I think he should have potentially just committed to either one rather than kind of doing both. Because he already had a claw hit on that player. He's got a claw hit still on a Tomb Guardian if you can get 3 assists.
Yeah, well, he's got the guard on the floor and then he just needs 2 more.
Maybe he's just assumed, you know when you like plan out a turn and then you're like, and then I'll use my second blitz to sack the ball carrier. He is pressuring the ball hard, but I think it's relatively easy to disconnect here. There's a lot of like chain push stuff you can do to get the ball carrier free.
Not good.
Yeah, good reroll. I don't want to see any more greed rerolls from the Nurgle though. I think
yeah, that's all of them.
that's all of them.
Gotta keep 2 at least. And he can pile. He did have to use the mighty, but he doesn't choose to.
It's so tempting to pile on because they have decay.
I don't know if decay does it. It's more like the just.
I guess maybe that's because I guess that doesn't affect whether they get removed or not.
So much strength that it's really hard to knock them down in the first place. Feels like every chance you can get to try and get them off is good.
Yeah, it's a lot of team value as well if you can get them off the pitch. Activating the beasts and taking a 2-die block and getting it. So deciding... I'm not sure I would have let that skeleton reposition. I would have just pushed him next to me there.
I guess he just figures that the skeleton's going to come right back to him. Because that's his job.
It is. So you can block a square here, chain push, or not, or just use your blitz to free up the ball carrier here. Yeah, 1 strength 5 out is a huge swing. That's true.
Ball hit? Against foul appearance is very spicy of a choice.
My game's frozen. Is yours?
They are continuing on my screen, so I'm assuming it's just the ball being Cabal.
Yeah, I'll wait to catch up. Oh, so he like blitzed the ball carrier free with the ball carrier. Yeah, a snake on the foul appearance would have been interesting there. And because you're kind of haven't used your blitz yet, it's actually, the ball is not super safe. Like, the Tomb Guardian is kind of out of position, the one at the back. He needs to blitz with the wrestle, maybe? Ooh,
I think he wants to foul with it.
that's awkward. This is
But
awkward.
no.
The ball is exposed here. Yeah, what is going on? Ball's just hanging wide open. Just going for the piling on value. Both coaches piling on. Yeah.
Not really working.
Good foul, I think, here.
Wouldn't have been able to do that if he grabbed him. But
So the pendulum swings to
everyone's favorite, you know, removal while you're sitting there on the floor.
Yeah. The ball be screened even is sacked. It would, but it's Khemri, right? You force them to make pickups. You might remove the ball. You might remove a throw rod.
I always thought it was weird that you don't have to pass foul appearance to step on them.
Maybe, well, if they look really ugly, it might even be easier to step on them. You're so like repelled. So yeah, there's guard next to the ball. This is all sorts of shady going on. He's got a pretty easy hit on the ball. Coming in with Juggernaut Claw Mighty Blow here.
Yeah, with guard in there, so that's just
Gambling,
an easy 2D.
Yeah, gambling on the foul paying off, which required a loner GFI, which he passed, and then an armor roll, which he rolled double 2 on.
The armor roll wasn't easy either. It was only +3 assists, so he needed a 7 or higher, so like 50-50-ish.
Yeah, but with the ball exposed.
Yeah.
What?
Here comes the reroll on the ball.
Yeah, decent reroll here. You could follow this to get more tackle zones near the ball carrier, but decided not to. No armor breaks. That's a bit unlucky, I think, from the Necro. They could have expected more from that. Ooh, just a straight up 3+ there. Making it. I don't know if that's necessarily greed. I think that because it's a hit on the ball carrier, I think it's quite a good use of a reroll, but it just didn't pay off, unfortunately.
I guess like the greed part is the fact that like, what are you forcing? Just an extra pickup?
Yes, a 75% pickup.
It's not like the Nurgle are gonna run around the back, pick the ball up, and huck it down pitch.
No, but the Khemri have got 4 turns to travel, and
yeah, it is true.
and they you know, if they don't make a pickup next turn, it does get very interesting.
They're kind of stuck in it.
The beast is being reliable so far. Khemri all of a sudden looking kind of like there's not very many of them.
Despite them having the advantage.
Yeah.
in numbers.
Getting two removals on the first turn, but after that it's been kind of.
I guess it is 2 versus 2 out, right? Because
yeah, I guess
they went
because
to
they're
the,
because
kill.
so many because like 2 of them are prone and they're two really good players are prone. It just looks like they don't have many players at the moment.
3 really good players prone, yeah, for sure.
Oh, true. Yeah. Normally I don't like seeing random 2 dice blocks before picking up the ball in a situation like this, but it's Khemri, so you kind of have to.
You kind of have to. The 2 dice blocks are way more safe.
So he can chain push his killer free here with wrestle, which he doesn't do. He just goes for the value hit. Oh, I don't like that reroll. Whoa. Oh, come on, guys. Stop piling on. It's not doing. It's done jack shit. Oh no, go on removal. Apart from that,
This is the Bash War.
I think both coaches are getting a bit tunnel visions. The Khemri do need to score, right? You wouldn't want to go. You wouldn't want to go into second half 0-0. Easy game. Just roll 6s. He has movement 8, so he's actually not in any significant rush. You could
Yeah, the movement 8 certainly helps a lot.
you could try and move a bit more centrally, maybe, so that you can go around the Nurgle a bit easier. He doesn't have, yeah, that's true. He doesn't have tail. He has tentacles. It just looks like a tail. That might be a bug of my. Is that what the warriors?
No, it is a tail, right?
No. Oh no, it is tail. Yeah, it's prehensile tail. Sorry, I've been calling that wrong. Yeah, because the tentacles is a very slightly different curled appendage. Oh, such good UI design. The thrower is in scoring position. That's quite. No, he's not. Oh no, he is. Yeah, yeah. That is quite disgusting to have a thrower within scoring range. 3 squares into the other half.
It's an elf catcher that can't dodge as well.
So not probably going to be another piling on hit if I had to guess somewhere. Seems to be the pattern of play so far. All of the players are in a very, very dense kind of part of the pitch. Juggernaut doing a thing.
Finally has decided that he can't continue to keep greed rerolling every dice.
Yeah, I did wonder whether he'd reroll that, but turn 5, four
Last
greed rerolls by turn 5 is pretty extreme even for me. And I love a greed reroll. Hi Rama, how are you doing, buddy? So probably reposition a bit here, spread out, form some sort of 2-layer screen, and then just try and restrict the movement of the Khemri for a bit. You can disconnect Warrior if you take a Beast of Nurgle block. I think he's passed every foul appearance so far, which, from my impression of Nurgle coaches, annoys them a lot when you pass all of the foul appearance rolls.
Yeah. Statistically, they should fail some.
I mean, this is 2 low agility teams. No one is disconnecting. Everyone's thinking, I've got Mighty Blow and Guard and stuff. I'm going to just stick here. So you can reposition a warrior back into get in the way a bit more, or just put the guard somewhere. Could dodge off the floor with the killer on a 3+, which I don't hate, but also it's a scary dodge. Yeah, the Nurgle are in like an L shape, and the Khemri are just entirely encapsulated.
It's good that they really don't have to get that much further to score, because otherwise they'd be in pretty tough spot right here.
Leave the killer down as a roadblock. He is blocking a pretty good square. That beast is now making the kind of flank switch look very viable here.
It does. Bust right through the middle.
Yeah. Don't like these GFIs. Could have not activated the beast there, given you're getting to the business end of the half. I think what we're seeing is both coaches just taking maximum hits.
And it's not really working.
It's not really working. The Nurgle have still got 4 bench, so 2 bench left. After 5 turns of pummeling. Yeah, the GFI did make the flank switch worse. It's just if you roll a 1, you aren't going to re-roll it, and that if you fail, that makes the flank switch really bad. So yeah, tying up the Nurgle here. He might not have flank switch. He doesn't really have a lot of high movement players to kind of cover it, and that
he needed quite a few POWs to make this flank switch work, and
yeah.
neither of them going down makes it pretty much possible.
All right, chat. Will we see a Khemri dodge to attempt to score here? Will it be like, I have to blitz through the screen with the ball carrier and then do a 4+ dodge or something like that? Yeah, just base up here. Pray for double skulls to leave a hole. You can push really hard if you try and push really hard down the sidelines. Maybe you can get through.
I think that's why he's basing with all these.
Yeah, he's hoping one of these Tomb Guardians will be based at the start of the turn, and he can get through the screen maybe.
Yeah.
The beast is isolated here, so it's a 4+ really stupid roll. Are we gonna see another blitz with Claw Palm?
I think with the wrestle tackle, he gets a 2-die on this Guardian, and then he maybe can hit the other one. Just try and knock down the people who are trying to push through you.
Yeah, we can just take that hit on the blitz raw. Yes, this is a claw here, I think, on the blitz raw. No, not claw, just regular block. Bravery is off the charts. That's true. I mean, this is a really interesting turn if you roll a double skull on as a Nurgle, because it's still kind of early to be using your last reroll.
But I think you would have to.
You can't. You would have to, yeah. But it really it'll kind of open up a chance for the Khemri to get through. Maybe turn 7 or 8. He is still a scoring threat, I hasten to add. So at the moment he can push with the wrestle. Push the wrestle guy out of the way, blitz through, and then just score if he's prepared to make some GFIs. I think you just activate the beast. Maybe even take the hit on the blitz raw, because you're not gonna. You don't have time to assist anyone or getting anyone into assist. That push frees up a Pestigore. Yeah, if you could have caged nearer the middle, I don't think there are enough Nurgle to really protect
Both sides.
both sides. Yeah. But he had a pretty crappy turn last turn, and it hasn't really panned out for him.
It looked like he wanted to go left, but then couldn't.
Yeah.
$1D over here, wrestle tackle.
Yeah, he should activate the beast. Maybe he wants to take that end of turn 2-die, and that's why he's not activating the beast yet. But maybe just activate the beast, because he's got foul appearance. He can draw a hit, or you know, waste a Tomb Guardian's turn at the very least.
Beast doesn't want to activate.
Yeah, I should have moved that Pestigore first as well. Some slightly suspect turn ordering. Got a Wand Eye against the Tomb Guardian here. You see here, a skull really ruins your day. There we go.
Right on cue. You know, honest, like a push doesn't really help either.
I think he has stand firm as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So now there is a distinct possibility of punching a hole
Whoa.
through.
He lets himself get pushed.
Okay, maybe he's seen a better way through. Maybe he thinks he can blitz the Nurgle Warrior out of the way, the one at the end of the conga line, and then just go through that hole. No, the Rodder's based, so...
Ooh, Rudder's gonna throw a 1D, okay.
Yeah, now that hole is hard to get through because you need to dodge. Yeah, I think I would have stood firm there. You dislike Nurgle so much. Yeah, I think everyone wants the Khemri to win, right? People like it when the less try-hard teams do well. So the Beast is still stupid. Yeah, he can switch flanks here. I think that's what he's going to do. He's going to blitz the Juggernaut.
He's definitely got enough movement for this.
Yeah, the only major concern is Voodoo Funk in the backfield. So I guess that's why I didn't stand firm. Now he can reposition that Tomb Guardian to be a bit more useful on this turn. I'd go in with the Blitzerar against the Pestigore. That'd be my blitz target, and then maybe even reposition and base the Claw guy just to eat up his action next turn, and then run across, scream with the Tomb Guardian, something like that.
I guess he's trying to calculate how many GFIs does he need to make with his screeners.
I mean, I think if we see the Khemri score, we're very likely going into overtime. But if they don't score, if it's a successful defense, because the Nurgle play pretty well. They got that shot of the ball. Yeah, so you've kind of got a screen here. I think I would have blitzed for position just to get in the way a bit more. I'm not sure who you're blitzing with now.
And I guess you could blitz with the Wrestle VP. Or with the Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, he needs to mark the beast
the Rodder
to stop the tentacles getting on the ball. Yeah, he's a scoring threat there. He's pretty safe. Scoring threat without GFIs, I should say. Yeah, this is the strength that...
Oh! See, and he had to reroll there because the beast wasn't marked, so he could have walked around and got to the ball.
Yep. Another bit of turn ordering, maybe. Should have marked the beast first. But he wanted to base that Pestigore again, I guess, to stop it being an easy hit on the Tomb Guardian. I don't think the Pestigore has enough movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He could 2 GFIs and a dodge, and he can base the ball carrier. There's also a one-die cage dive on -2, so it's a 5+, but no rerolls left for either coach. Yeah, very hard for the Nurgle to stop this because they're just out of positions. You could maybe
that throw res is so fast.
Well, how do you feel about a Beast of Nurgle dodge?
I like it because it's break tackle.
Yeah, use your blitz to base the Beast of Nurgle, so you can make the really assist better. And then you try and get on the ball carrier, do some GFIs. That would be what I would do. Because I don't think you can get in the way. I don't think you can get around the Khemri.
I think if you try to get in the way, they just always have a free Tomb Guardian to blitz it over.
Yeah, you could maybe make a one-man screen. Or a one-layer screen. Ah, he doesn't doing that. Maybe he didn't see it or didn't think it was a good play, but feels like a pretty much guaranteed Khemri score now.
I mean, the Beast could just natural 4-up the activation. So.
Could. And he could base the ball carrier with this Pestigore as well. But doesn't do it.
I think it is a GFI if he doesn't move that Pestigore out of the way, but it's pretty easy to move the Pestigore
No, it's
out of the
not
way.
a GFI, it's you got just diagonally go.
Oh, he can just go diagonal? Yeah, okay, yeah, he can.
Yeah, I don't like that follow. I think I would have gone round and based the ball carrier at least, because you're at least baiting the double skull. Or I guess triple skull, if you can do it with the Tomb Guardian. Yeah, the Beast is going to go as a YOLO at the end of the turn.
I hope it does.
Oh, it for sure is, yeah. And if that succeeds, you know, could even stop the drive there. Now it's a GFI, but no, you can just go diagonally the other way. Ooh, 2 3+ dodges. So yeah, now he does need to blitz in order to get through there. And the Beast stupid, so he just needs a pretty simple... Could be a dub skull, but he just needs to push here to avoid the GFI.
Yeah, just a blitz from the Tomb Guardian on the diagonal. It's enough.
Yeah, I'd want to do a 3-die blitz if I could. I think you can do that through
yeah.
wrestle maybe.
Should be possible.
Yeah, he's blitzing through wrestle here. I think.
He needs to free up.
Oh, I don't like a 2-die. Why a 2-die? Is that a GFI?
Yes,
no, it's not a GFI. Alright, don't like that. You could have made that 3-die. And do not greed any of these blocks.
Does get to pile it on this way.
Gets a pretty worthless KO. Can you get through there without getting in your own path? Yeah, I think you could. I think you could have assisted.
Oh, he's gonna 2-die first.
He's not.
Sure, yeah.
Don't do it.
No, he definitely is, right?
Oh, well, he is now because he could just score without rolling dice. Oh, he's thinking about it. He needed to move that Tomb Guardian out of the way. But yeah, he is thinking about it. Oh, I hate this so much. This is how you lose the game. You're just going to get 1-0 by Nurgle. Blah.
Okay, he's in.
Alright. Is it too early to call overtime?
It's never too early.
I don't think so. Hopefully we see a bit more reroll discipline second half, but who knows?
This certainly looks like the type of game where both coaches have 0 rerolls before overtime even starts.
Yeah. Can I do a poll? How do I do a poll in Twitch?
I don't remember. I never use them.
Yeah, it could be a blitz and then a 2-0 Khemri win, or at the very least they hold out for the 1-0 if they get, you know, up in the Nurgle's grill. But very, very hard to stop a Nurgle offense in over 8 turns without a really favorable kickoff. dashboard, I can create a new poll. Give me a second. Don't know how to get to my dashboard. Create a dashboard. There we go. How many rerolls by overtime? 0. For both teams. 0, 1, 2, 3, or more than 4. Or more than 3, I should say. Duration. Give 10 minutes to vote on this.
An unimportant perfect defense.
Yes, indeed. I always hate these one-turn drives where there's no chance of a one-turn or anything.
The only thing there's a chance of is skeletons dying.
Although it's pretty poor setup for a one-turn defense, actually. No real need for it to not just go full back line. Because you have a grab beast and you have movement 6 on the ball.
Yeah, I probably would have tried to do it seeing this defense. Not that it would have worked because of the perfect, but...
Yeah, you would set up for it though, right?
Yeah.
I guess with grab you can kind of just decide you want to do it a bit later and you can kind of try and work it out afterwards.
This beast has been poorly behaved recently.
Yeah, he has. That was a 3-die block on a skeleton, but pretty meaningless in the context of the game because there's still 2 bench for the Khemri. And all these guys are skillless. Can I vote my own poll? Because I'm going to go for yeah.
I don't believe so.
Oh, I can. Yeah.
You can. Oh.
So the Sacripestigore is close to
Ooh, thick skull.
another level. What skill would you give him on normals here?
Which one? Oh, the
guy in the backfield.
Voodoo Funk?
No, the guy in the backfield.
Oh, the guy in the backfield. What was it? The Sacker?
Yeah.
What? Wrestle, tackle, and 2 heads?
Strip ball.
Yeah, it's probably just strip ball.
Yeah.
If you get like a doubles, you could be spicy and take leap, and then
you've got
aim to get
legs.
very long in the future. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got the jump between 51 and 76.
76. Yeah.
Not that bad, but you should assume that guy's not making it to legend, so you kind of only have 2 more skills to play with.
For sure.
But given you've got 2 heads, the dodge is such good synergy with that.
Now the killer is also relatively close, being only 6 away.
Yeah, love jump up on that guy. Big fan of jump up on killers.
And I think, like, you know, on a normals, can't go wrong with jugs.
Yeah, 2 jugs is good. Backup jugs. Pick on those wrestlers. So quite a defensive, giving a lot of territory up to the Nurgle here, making it so they need GFIs to, or they kind of need to stretch out that team a little bit to get a blitz in. The Tomb Guardian is on the left, so the Nurgle going up now, for reference.
Mm-hmm.
But the Tomb Guardian on the left is being hung out to dry a bit without block. See, this is more like what an LOS should look like. 3 skillless dudes that cost 40k each. KO rolls, the warrior came back, and the dirty player stayed out. So that was a good decision to foul the dirty player, I think, because the Nurgle offense has not got a good fouling game, particularly without the dirty player. You still have 1 skillless rodder you can throw into the fray.
Yeah, I think you still foul if you get a good target. I wouldn't foul a skeleton though.
No.
No point in it.
Yeah, but
you
pretty
get like
pretty
plus
low.
2, +3 on a Tomb Guardian.
Yeah, pretty low damage first half, all things considered, I'd say. Considering how nailed down the Polygon button was. You bless the Tomb Guardian and foul him. Yeah, that does stretch out your team quite a lot, but yeah, you could definitely do that. If the ball's just super safe. You've got a big line of warriors in the way. I feel like every Nurgle team I see in Rebel has the Agi 4 ball carrier and a block beast and like a strength 5 tentacles guy. It's actually kind of an underwhelming Nurgle team compared to what we're used to. So Braun must be a pretty good coach to get the playoffs with it, I would say. We get... Ooh, who called that? Someone called the blitz. Luke, you win.
You always have to call a blitz when you set up so far back.
Yeah, so far back. Oh, I mean, you can't guarantee the Nuggle would have set up this way if the Khemri were closer, but I kind of don't like this offense.
You just get to like slam all your Tomb Guardians
it's
in.
9
like
guys
risky,
standing in a line. It's just this is what
it's
happens.
risky to throw in like this, but
This is actually pretty interesting blitz here, because you're not... It's not really... The damage isn't really the big thing here. It's just you abusing the kind of... Just guard locking the Nurgle. Yeah, because you... I mean, you're giving up a lot of potential hits, but you have more strength, you have more guard.
Goes for the killer.
Yeah, I like that. Use two guard assists. Don't reroll that, it's overtime. I know you want to.
He didn't reroll it. Wow.
I don't think that's...
Maybe my guess of 0 is going to be wrong.
I mean, you're kind of power fishing, right? You need a power push or a power on 2 dice. It's not great odds.
55. They're not terrible odds.
Yeah. I don't like it. So the Nurgle have some calculations to do. They have to do some guard maths. Everyone loves a bit of guard maths. Yeah, this is the... I don't think the Nurgle's set up super well. I think I would have liked it to be slightly more staggered on offense. Because, yeah, you're just inviting this sort of guard lock. Where are their blocks? They can block the line of scrimmage pretty easily. But those guys aren't anti-assisting the Tomb Guardians. What you really want to do is be hitting the Tomb Guardians, and that's slightly harder. Bleh, beast first action. Bleh.
I think he needed the guard where...
He did need the guard, so now he has... now he's got... He can hit the other skeleton and get 2 dice with claw. I'm getting following to get away from the Tomb Guardians there. The ball is kind of exposed. There's just 2 Tomb Guardian hits and the ball's wide open. I would at the very least cover the ball with the wrestle guy before doing these blocks. Suspect turn ordering here.
Oh wait, claw, big hit coming in.
It is a big hit. KO. KO is good.
That will definitely help.
Probably coming back for overtime, but you never know. Khemris are good at rolling 75%. Khemri can pick up the ball. They can pick up the ball. The movement 8 is actually 2, 4, 6, 8. Oh, you can't quite get to the ball, but that would be quite a steal. From that, it's like gutter runner levels of audacity. Cover the ball, Nurgle, come on. So the winner for how many rerolls for both teams by overtime is 0. We think that it's going to be a 0-0 reroll game going into overtime, which would be very, very fun to watch. But maybe these guys will be a bit more restrained.
I mean, they burned through 8 in the first half.
They burned through 8 by like turn 6 as well. Interesting choice of blitz there. Doesn't really get you that much in terms of hits on the Tomb Guardians.
Gets you a 1D with the Rodder, maybe? If you base, but then you have to base.
It doesn't. You need another. It's strength 5.
Did
You
you
need another. You can. No, it doesn't really give you a 1 die. Oh,
Ooh,
with the non.
there's the reroll.
Ugh. Oh.
There's the reroll.
There's the reroll. Oh, that was the 1 you were talking about.
Yeah.
The 1 without block. Oh god.
It wasn't a good 1 die, but it was a 1 die.
Oh, with the ball this exposed as well. If the Nurgle win this game, and they might, I think at some point they will get caught out for this very dodgy turnovering. Like, you're not even doing anything with the wrestle guy. Just cover the ball. You have a couple of hits on... We have 1 hit on a skeleton here. And then you have a relying on... another 1 die. Kind of an unnecessary reroll. I think I would probably just have left those blocks on the table.
Here comes the I wish my foul appearance would work.
Yeah. Has there been any foul appearance successes at all this game?
I don't think so.
That's gonna be like, we've had like 10 at least.
Oh, at least. I think there were like more than 10 so far, for sure. Maybe like 15, 16.
In GMAN, Zinch's old team had a foul appearance ball carrier. And he would... I don't know if he wouldn't deliberately leave sacks on the ball, but when you got a sack on the ball and you rolled a snake on the foul appearance, it just makes you just the saddest feeling in Blood Bowl, I think. Yeah, foul appearance will work 3 times in a row next turn. It could do.
It's going to be even worse in the next game. Because foul appearance is rolled before you even start moving on your blitz. So you don't even get to base them.
And you can't change the blitz target either, right? So it's like
well, you just end your turn, the foul appearance.
Oh.
You're just stuck where you started.
Oh, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's so foul that you're just gonna like, no, I'm not even walking anywhere close to that.
Because there's a part of the game which is like imagining it was like a real game of American football. That's a 2+ dodge. All right. Let's go pass farming. Hey, blue leader. Yeah, I think everyone would like the Khemri to win. It's gonna come down to who wins the toss in overtime. I think. The Khemri got a
Certainly
blitz,
likely.
but they were set quite far back, and the kick was quite deep enough to not really be that much of an issue. But the Khemri they commit pretty heavily on that blitz and got a removal on the Tomb Guardian.
So what could be interesting is if you add an extra assist, you knock down, you could get a claw blitz on that, throw rod in the back, and that could be like big for overtime.
Yeah, they do have a backup ball carrier somewhere, but he doesn't have block and he doesn't have movement 8.
Yeah, he's just got tackle. That's it. Not great.
I feel like tackle, he picked that skill for a specific matchup at some point.
Must have, yeah.
Yeah, these Nuggle, they're not the scariest Nuggle I've ever seen, but they're scary enough. Although as a regen coach, I really love fighting claw teams. It's just so metal. There's just so many like big hits and lucky regen dice and piling on. It's just like, oh my god, so many greedy rolls. It just becomes, yeah, like really high TV bash matchups just become absolute slugfests.
Okay, so he doesn't go for the riskier play.
So he's lost. He's lost some TV. I think if you're gonna do that blitz, why not just take the hit with the other Pestigore?
Well, the other one doesn't have piling on.
No, but you can take a claw mighty blow hit against the Tomb Guardian, and then you can blitz with that guy as well. So you're kind of taking only one claw hit there when you could have taken 2.
Yeah. Could have blitzed the DP.
The Rot Maniacs TV was 1960 or something like that. 1940 maybe. Yeah, also doing movement after rolling dice there. It's going to be hard for the Khemri to stop this push on the left flank, I think, given that they've lost 2 Tomb Guardians already on that side. It's a very, very loose screen around the ball carrier here.
I mean, like, you could just
dodge
1D blitz the ball. It's not great
with wrestle.
I mean,
it's not bad. It's like
not bad.
It's a 3+4+, right?
4+ dodge and then a 4+ knockdown. Yeah.
No, 3+. Oh, it's a skeleton. It's a skeleton.
It's
no, I thought it was a robber for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, with
so 4/4. I mean, it's not bad.
I don't think
there
there were any adjustments from either side. I think they both just went in with their teams as they are. Yeah, 4/4. Using the blitz to disconnect the Tomb Guardian is reasonable. You do need to get in the way a bit. I just think you're going to run out of players probably in 2 or 3 turns to kind of mount a successful defense here. And then you're going to have some big KO rolls. Yeah, good dodging. Oh, that was some good dodging. 6+ first. Dodging into a tackle zone is Kimry.
Rather than just staying there.
Yeah. Well, if you're standing up that player, you need to do those dodges, otherwise you're going to get served.
Yeah, and if you're not standing that player, he's probably not standing up for a while.
Yeah, you can just mark him out of the game. So at least he's in a more helpful part of the pitch now. Thank you for the follow, Blue Leader. I don't understand how Twitch works, so don't worry about doing the things you're supposed to do when you on Twitch. I don't know how any of it works. I did a poll though, which went pretty well. I got 3 votes. So the Khemri player has managed to pretty successfully conceal their good players, although there is a pretty strong claw blitz on Senru Set Hat, the throw raw.
Yeah, I just go straight for the throw raw personally.
Yeah.
Throw raw just leveled, by the way.
He did, yeah. Good for him.
Guess he's always just hoping for doubles to get dodge.
Kickoff return is not... Kickoff return would help with 2 turns.
It's not bad, but it's also like not as necessary when you're movement 8.
Yeah. I think that's... I do like it as a skill, but on movement 8 it's less valuable.
Yeah, I'm really hoping for dodge here. Or stat.
Agi up, or strength up, or or dodge would be great.
If it's offered, would you take armor up?
No.
Because obviously you can't take a 3rd movement up.
True.
You take it up.
There is quite a... Because going from armor 7 to armor 8 is probably the most significant jump.
I think I'd consider it. I mean, there's not that many normals that are good.
Leader, drop a reroll.
Yeah, leader could save some money.
Yeah, the common wisdom is armor up goes on like AV8 big guys. We'll take it. Leader. Yeah, leader. The problem with leader is you drop a reroll and then that player dies and you're like, ah, shit, I've got to buy that reroll back now. Tackle. Yeah, tackle on ball carriers. Not the biggest fan of that. He already has tackle, actually. Yeah, he already has tackle. He could go wrestle, actually, and then he doubles up as a sacker, retriever, ball carrier. I think wrestle tends to get overlooked on players that already have block. I like it on war dancers and witch elves and stuff when they get high level.
Here's the pout.
Yeah, here we go. Not with piling on, but gets the knockdown.
Stun.
Nothing doing. Kick, yeah, kick's decent, isn't it? Because you want a fit kick on most teams, if you can. Afraid of bugging the game. I guess if you get blitzed with Juggernaut and you have block and wrestle, it becomes kind of, you have to think it through. Bro, I think I watched a playoffs game with a Mighty Blow, Strength Up, Pro, Blodge, Tackle, Werewolf. And Pro is like just all the greed rerolls with Pro. I think he threw 8 dice on like a block that he committed a reroll to as well, and got the knockdown. So Pro is good as like a greed skill on killers, but and on vampires and stuff, but not a great skill otherwise, I'd say. Yeah, getting kick on orcs, getting kick on lizards is really hard because that you need like it's like the 3rd double on a skink or something like that, or like a level or the like superstar skill on a Saurus that you have to like forgo Juggernaut for.
I do have Pro on one of my catchers. But as you say, it's the killer, so greeting rerolls with it.
Oh, so he's a Mighty Blow catcher and you...
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Don't use my normal rerolls for greed, but use his pros for it.
Until he took that last hit, the wrestle guy is still looking dangerous. 2 GFIs. Oh, I suppose it's a half die now because of the guard, but like, yeah, kind of risky. Yeah, because Pro works on can work on your opponent's team, so Pro can be used on interceptions and stuff as well, I believe. In Blood Bowl 1, you could even re-roll a failed Pro roll, but I think they took that out because it's a pretty suboptimal thing to do. So both coaches been kind of cagey here, making sure not to expose their good players to getting hit here. I think there's likely to be a I want to maybe protect the downed movement 8. Yeah, there we go. So that's the 4+. So kind of forcing the blitz onto that skeleton now. He does have the Juggernaut somewhere. Yeah, he has the Juggernaut close enough to blitz that guy and be pretty confident of getting a knockdown.
I assume he would just go without the Juggernaut just to maintain field position. But
I'd want to do that with Juggernaut because if you roll double both down, I suppose it's still early enough in the half that you have time to recover, or you can just do a ball carrier block, but so Pro doesn't work on the opponent's turn in Blood Bowl 2, is that right?
I'm not sure.
I think it does. I think it should.
I have never had it come up as an option because my catcher for intercepts already has catch.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's the only reroll I usually use on an opponent turn.
In Blood Bowl 3, there are no skills in the game that affect interceptions.
No, Pro does. Pro does.
Mm.
You can Pro the intercept. But only no, you can just Pro the intercept. You can Pro any dice roll. That's not armor.
Unless you're Helmet Wolf.
Unless you're Helmet Wolf.
You can roll one. You can re-roll one of the dice as part of in the up. That's just makes the maths just so annoying. Yeah, going in with Jugs there. He can cage up if he wants to, but it looks like he's going to be more centrally positioned here. which I think is a good call.
You can even technically team reroll an intercept if it's an intercept that resulted from a dump off during your own turn.
That.
Which is a hilarious interaction.
Doesn't dump off get... When does dump off trigger in the new rules? Is it when you target them with the blitz rather than...
Yes, when you target them before you've moved the player.
So dump off actually has gotten a slight buff because the pass is now...
It's a buff and a nerf.
Well, passing is 3+
because you
on
have to choose before they even have to roll.
So they can just say, I'm blitzing that guy, even though I have to make a 6+ dodge.
Yeah.
And you say, all right, I guess I won't dump off.
Then he makes the dodge.
And if they make the dodge, you get sacked.
Yeah.
Blech. And runners are 3+ passing as well. You don't pass in Blood Bowl 3. It's true. Could be a rod, a dodge, and a foul here on the blitz roll. So there's down to 6 Camry on the pitch here. It's looking very steamrollery. I mean, with dump off. Oh, there's the foul. KO. And no send off. So 3 assists, foul, getting rid of the ball carrier. If that guy stays out for overtime, it's gonna be.
That would be way too big. Yeah, that would be almost game over.
It'd be a.
That guy's a huge part of it. Huge
I
part
mean,
of it.
I would still put money on Camry to score in 8 turns with 1 thrower.
Well, it depends how many of the rest of them stay out as well.
It does. Yeah, so big KO rolls. They'll get 2 chances at the KO rolls. Unless they win the game. Which is unlikely at this point. Win the game in regular time, I should say. Yeah, he did get 1. Do you think you should get 4 SPP for injuring a rodder? That'd be cool. I think in the beta for Blood Bowl 3 you could get double touchdowns if the animation for moving into the end zone triggered twice. Isn't that
there was a way to get like 3 or 4
that's
on
just
one go.
Fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Ooh, here we go. Blair is dead. He's permanently dead.
Daily regen fail.
He does not pass go. He does not collect $200.
Oh well, 40K for a new one. Not a big deal.
It's kind of a shame that Camry don't get the free linemen from zombies and stuff like Necro do. They're the ginger stepchild of the necromantic teams, I'd say. Yeah, the touchdown foul. I remember that. Is that still in the game? I think they fixed that.
They patched it a while back. There's still
one where you can like use your opponent's wizard if you do it on the end of your turn. Does that one still work?
I no clue. I don't think it works. You can still, however, blitz outside your range or stab.
Oh, because you don't pay the movement?
Yeah.
if it's a 3 GFIs. Is that right? Something like
No,
that.
just like you're allowed to do it.
Oh, you
Regardless.
could just get a free movement point on the blitz essentially.
Yeah. They forgot to code the movement into stab.
I think because it works similar to fouling, as in you just roll an armor roll, and chainsaw. Well, no, chainsaw you pay for the movement. It works similar to fouling, which doesn't cost the movement, so I can sort of see how they did that. No, I think you always have to pay for the movement. I mean, I trust T-Self if he tells me.
Yeah, you always have to pay for the movement if you're doing it in a blitz. But
No, fouling doesn't take movement, but stabbing does. I played quite a lot of Blood Bowl 1. I'm not quite sure why. Looked awful. It was really, really poor UI.
It had a lot of character though, because I loved the pirate ship.
I don't remember the pirate ship. I remember that you could play.
Ship field. It was so good.
Oh, I vaguely remember that. You could I remember you could play Corn, which you can't do in Bubble 2. The boat is back. Yeah, I guess because stabbing technically replaces block. I guess that's probably why. I mean, obviously you can't follow up a stab, so it's a bit of a... It's not obvious from reading the rules whether it costs a movement or not. I think maybe thematically it probably shouldn't cost a movement because you're leaning over to just jam a knife in them. I don't remember.
Yeah, it feels like giving up on the ball's defense.
Oh yeah, he's fully given up here. He's got some good players.
KO. Yep,
yeah, he's got some good players to hit.
The only downside about KOing him is now you don't get to foul him.
Yeah. And you're kind of exposing your Tomb Guardians to claw hits now. Although you've removed one claw, which is good. Yeah, pretty big KOs. If they both stay out, then Nurgle will be down to 10. And the Khemri had 4 bench, I think. So they also need some KOs to come back. And they have three KO'd positionals as well.
Yeah. The Nurgle can kind of like skeleton crew now on the right side and send some of the other players over.
They can just have 3 guys looking after the ball here and then commit to the brawl.
I wonder if even 2 guys is enough.
With 3 turns left, it's possible for the Khemri to reposition and get near the ball.
Like, I almost wonder if ball by itself is even enough.
I mean, it's the quad skulls, and then the skeleton does a dodge and 2 GFIs to base the ball carrier, and then you roll another quad skull and lose the game. Something like that. It's possible. I think I'd like it. I would like at least 1 guy in playoffs as well. I'd like at least 1 guy near the ball.
I think like the wrestle tackle guy near him is enough.
Yeah.
Now you can just, like,
so if you get base,
throw all 4 of these in.
Yeah, yeah. So taking some counter punches here, the Khemri. I feel like they're probably going to be kind of weakened for overtime here, whereas the Nurgle are pretty much full strength. Although they've only really lost skeletons so far. Nice. Blocks a good skill.
Regen fail.
Regen fail.
That's been like pretty much all of them fail so far.
I don't remember a successful carry regen. I think we had a
We had a
Nurgle
successful we did have a successful Nurgle one on the LOS. First
so
turn.
they need all 3 KOs to come back, or they're even now they're down to 10 at best. I really hate being outnumbered in Blood Bowl.
No, I think they had 4 bench, so if all 3
bench.
come back, that'll be
I
fine.
thought they had 14 players. I think they had 3 bench.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the pitch. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, they'll have 11 if all the KOs get back.
Oh, okay.
6 on the pitch and 5 off the pitch. That could be back.
Yeah, the Beast has been good second half. Well behaved.
Well behaved, but also hasn't really accomplished that much.
Kind of a necessary GFI there. Although he wants to be based so that next turn he can take a hit, I guess.
Yeah. Next turn. It's also like you don't need to re-roll it, so like just throw in whatever.
For some reason, the Nurgle taking the longest on this turn. I think of all of the turns so far.
Many turns.
when the Khemri are just playing to keep their team vaguely alive. And
So I guess you can just like try to double GFI your Tomb Guardian as far over towards the ball and see what happens.
yeah, they have a break tackle, so if the screen is not set up correctly, you can often get hits on the ball here. That dodge kind of stops that.
Dodge very big. I mean, it doesn't really stop it, but yeah.
Yeah, you can just still go through the screen, but
Okay, that's a little better. Now you have to go through the prehensile tail.
that's a good interaction. Prehensile tail causing a Tomb Guardian dodge to fail, but he's just going for the hits
It'd
here.
still be a 2+, by the way.
He's got a mighty blow on the beast. He's got
You
another
wouldn't
mighty
actually
blow.
have changed the dice roll. The tail.
Because it's strength 5, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
It's got a 1 die, soon to be a 2 die. And then he can blitz off the floor.
It's actually one of my favorite things to build is a rat ogre with break tackle and 2 heads.
Oh.
Dodge on 6, Agi 6.
Agi 6. I thought.
And then if you have horns, I don't know, horn doesn't work.
Horns doesn't work with
only on
them.
the block. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that
if you do have-
hooray!
you can make
First battle
3
appearance.
heads, pretty good ball sacker with the 2 heads.
So we've got
Because at Agi 6, you can dodge into a cage on a 3+.
Yeah. We've got a foul appearance. So foul appearance count equals 1. We should have had a regen count and a foul appearance count going through the game, I think.
Regen so far, 1 for the 1 out of 1 for the Nurgle and 0 out of 3 for the Khemri.
Yeah, you often need all your bench when you're playing against core teams like this. Oof, Nurgle taking a while here.
It's the hardest part of the game is like trying to figure out which hits you want to take. The ball stuff's easy. There's only one way for them to go usually, whereas the hits, they can do anything.
I mean, click, claw guy, click, 2 dice block. Sure. He's quadruple checking that the ball is safe. I mean, it is playoffs. You should check whether your opponent has had a wizard this entire time and you haven't noticed. Well, that was a very uneventful turn. Trying to guard lock, or trying to mark the Tomb Guardians to prevent them getting hits.
Yeah.
I can't see any easy hits for the Khemri here. This might just be a pass turn. Oh, it takes a 1 die.
Does that open anything up? I don't think it does.
Not really. You can reposition your guard now. Get another 2 dice.
2 dice the beast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't like 1 dice. I don't like 1 dice is there. Because you're already low on bench. So there's a big KOs coming up. Don't roll any block dice. Yeah, I want all the rerolls. I want all the rerolls for overtime here.
More KOs.
More KOs. I mean, expectation value is that 1 guy will stay out on Khemri.
And you just have to hope that it's the throw raw, right?
Yeah. Alright, so he's committing to the to taking the value blocks here. I guess the value blocks, if you do manage to get another Kaz or more KOs, then it's going to make overtime a bit easier. If you're on defense and you're...
I would go for... If I was him, I would have went for the 3 die on the wrestle DP.
The Khemri definitely set up. The Khemri should set up for the 1 turn. I would say, if you get a quick snap, then you can maybe blitz through with the movement 8. If you don't get a quick snap and you have to use your blitz to push the ball carrier, then maybe you skip it. Assuming the Nurgle sets up like full backline. If the Nurgle leave a gap that you can 1 turn through, then you definitely take it. Don't reroll that, guys. Come on. I know you want to. There we go. Reason has prevailed. God, that would have been such a greedy reroll. That's like a 1 in 36 to lose the game. Oh. Anyway, Gratz. DeBron taking it to OT, as I think most people would have suspected. Although we did get the sack on the ball carrier first half, but nothing came of it. So Nurgle getting bad KO rolls and Khemri getting average KO rolls here. The carrier is back. is the big
That's
news.
the important one. But only one of the Tomb Guardians came back. I guess he wants the other one as well.
Yeah. And the Blitzstar as well, staying out.
And it's
Blitzstar's
the
a
not
miss.
good Tomb Guardian that got up.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why is the the killer Pestigore red circle and the Rotter white circle in the KO bench?
Because he's clearly acted already. I don't think there were any inducements insecticide.
Yeah, I don't think there were any. Nothing that we can see.
Just like, it's a little bit surprising. I might expect the underdog to throw some money.
Actually, wait.
towards
No,
Bay.
there is one. Wait, there is one inducement. It's a loner mercenary skeleton.
Ah, yes. So he does have 4 bench. That's why I miscounted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy that got sent off.
How much extra do you pay for the
20.
mercenary? Ugh. Just buy it. Why not just buy a skeleton before the match? It's cheaper.
Well, I mean, it doesn't cost anything if it's from petty cash.
I suppose. Maybe it would make him the overdog if you bought that.
Want to keep him your bank, right? Keep your bank up.
Yeah.
And you probably don't need 4 bench against teams that aren't Nurgle.
No. Nurgle and Chaos, I think 4 bench is good. Skelly with DP is 90. Skelly with DP is more than that, I think.
More than that, yeah.
It's
You
50,
have to add.
It's 50 for the skill. So that's 90 plus the mercenary use, so that's 110. Luke's saying it's 30k for the mercenary, so it's actually...
Is it 30?
Yeah.
I thought it was always... No, I thought it was... It might be 30, yeah. No, it is 30, because 60 to 90, yeah. So it'd be 120 for a DP.
But then if you're buying a 70k skeleton for the bench, you're spending your treasury for that, presumably. But then if you're spending your treasury, why not just have a rostered player for 40?
It's gonna be... He only would have bought it with petty. I don't think he would have spent money for it.
Unfortunately, Rebel's bugged because of the MMGs, so I can't actually check the team values. So we're not going to see a 1-turn attempt, I don't think.
No.
No, the movement player is too far away. He needs to be based up.
Well, Nurgle Warrior on the line yet again. Only gets stunned.
Yeah.
There's a Rodder in the
backfield. Like a
backfield.
perfectly good Rodder who's like, he's like, how did I get this lucky?
It's even the unskilled one and the wrestle one's getting hit.
Yeah. I can't even imagine what you're thinking to put 2 Nurgle Warriors on the line and a wrestle.
He probably didn't see that.
Maybe he's trying to stop the 1-turn. Actually, maybe he's trying to put foul appearance on the line.
It doesn't stop it though. They just blitz the Rodder in the middle.
Yeah. I got no explanation. Coming up with a foul here though.
Makes sense.
It makes sense, but maybe I'd like that player to be on the pitch for overtime.
Maybe. But 1 warrior down would be nice.
Yeah, I think the send-off is more likely than getting the warrior out. Yeah.
Ooh, stun send-off.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Called it. Yeah, I don't
That's
love
where
that
you
foul.
need sneaky get. New sneaky get.
He has wrestle as well, so he's actually got some value just in the like melee.
Yeah.
KOs say Tomb Guardian comes back, so pretty happy for the Khemri.
Killer out.
Killer out, so maybe Khemri's slightly happier with the KO rolls.
Yeah, Khemri got the fair KO rolls, 3 out of 4.
Yeah. And they're one of the players they care about not very much is out. Whereas, yeah, down. I mean, you have a backup killer, so it's not a big deal. You also have a full team for
Camry win the toss.
Camry win the toss. Yeah. But their offense with 9 players, I think it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 9.
So they need big LOS blocks. They need LOS to be coming up trump here. The two Guardians have been hitting pretty softly this whole game. And they need to, at the very least, I'd say, get a couple of removals turn 1.
Or at least some stuns.
Yeah, some stuns to get some field position. I mean, they have the super throw raw.
They don't need to get far. That is true.
So if they can get a little pocket in the Nurgle half, they'll be happy. I think my money's on the Camry here. I think with
I think you always have to put your money on the team that's receiving. But
yeah, I think taking
like,
offense.
if the claw fires and the Tomb Guardians don't fire, then it could change very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's there's going to be some big foul appearance rolls. There's going to be some big blitzes coming from the Nurgle with that killer. Could be the coach is taking a pause here. Actually, could be like a bathroom break or something. I'm gonna go and get a drink.
I would like, if I was the coaches, I would take a bathroom break going into overtime.
If you're the Nurgle coach, you could just like soil yourself. Be thematic. Anyway, I'm gonna get a drink. I'll be back in a sec.
I'm going to assume that's what's going on since they haven't moved for 2.5 minutes. But it's a totally fair thing to do.
Alright, I'm going to start messing around with Epic Pen.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
By the way, 5 rerolls won.
5 rerolls, it did, yeah. No one picked 5.
It kind of just devolved to a point where neither team really needed to use rerolls anymore because
there were
the half was decided.
Yeah, I don't think there were any dub skulls that half. It was just sort of... There was one I blocked that got rerolled, and that was it.
And surprisingly, neither coach greeted at all in that half either.
So I'm going to do a foul appearance count. We'll have a regen, although regen is irrelevant at this point. We'll have a piling on count.
Piling on count in overtime. Imagine piling on in overtime.
We'll have a greed reroll count.
Greed rerolls in overtime.
What else should we count? Count fouls as well.
If Michaels was still in chat, I'm sure he would tell you to count number of times T-Self mentions Blood Bowl 2020.
I think you've been pretty good. You haven't mentioned it that much, so I've noticed. I mean, you gave me a rundown of pro interactions, and have you played
in a Camry game?
Yeah, in a Camry game. Do you play much tabletop?
I've been playing a lot more recently, mostly on tabletop sim though.
The overtime rules are that's a good question, Bleedy. Thank you for asking that. In REBBL, So the game as it stands has like a kicks system, which is like a coin toss kind of thing. But if you have more rerolls, you're more likely to win the coin toss. There's like a bullshit way of resolving the game if it's a draw at the end of overtime. But in REBBL, if the defending team manages to prevent the score, they win. If the offensive team manages to score, obviously they win, because it's like it's golden goal kind of playoffs rule for touchdown. So if you score a touchdown, you win. If you're for either side, but if the defense holds on, then they get the win. And I think it's pretty fair. I think being offense is still a big advantage.
It's as fair as we can get with the way that the mechanics work. Because you'll never be able to erase the fact that the team going first or getting the ball has a huge advantage.
Yeah.
Especially with certain teams like Skaven that have a one-turner.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can get situations... Yeah, like teams like Skaven, if they win the toss in overtime, can feel a bit... Although Nurgle would be pretty good at defending that with foul appearance and stuff. Hopefully.
Don't remind me. I had that in playoffs as Skaven versus Nurgle.
Oh. Yeah, foul appearance works from the floor.
Tried to one turn. The disturbing presence was the killer.
I think I remember watching GMAN with his really scary Nurgle team just get like one turn twice by Skaven and lose in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, completely impossible to one turn against Nurgle, but it's harder than the other teams. For sure.
I think for what could be fairer would be...
I don't know if there's a way to make it fairer.
You could maybe have a separate kickoff table.
Like, it's never going to get to the point where we're going to give both teams a drive. And shorter drives are not easy.
What about a more defensively biased kickoff table? So more likely to get a blitz, more likely to get a perfect D.
That can be brutal the other way. I don't know, it's tough. But yeah. There's certainly things that can be done. Maybe...
Goblins should insta-win if they get to overtime.
Maybe you could, do a Blood Bowl 7 style, split the teams further apart at the start.
Yeah, so take out the LOS blocks.
Yeah. Defensive team doesn't have to set up on the LS. Maybe that's the play.
That'd be interesting.
Oh, and yeah, four drives would give Bash teams an inherent advantage for sure.
I don't think you necessarily want to balance that in terms of Bash versus Agi in overtime, because I think
it's already balanced.
It's
Bash
already
versus
balanced.
Agi. Yeah,
I think in any given matchup, I'd say Agi are favored because they can do fast scores, they can do one turns more easily, and part of the game is that fight against the attrition. That you have to, the trade-offs you have to make as an Agi team, which I think goes towards the sort of the dynamics of an Agi versus Batch matchup. Yeah, 4 rerolls now for the Khemri, so we might be seeing some greed. Oh, we had a piling on. Yay!
In the least, I would probably at least give the defending team an extra reroll heading into overtime. That might be pretty fair. It's just something
I don't know. I like
done.
you get free rerolls off the kickoff sometimes. So there's already a way of getting extra rerolls.
Yeah,
I
just
think
think
if you knew you had a guaranteed, if you knew you had a guaranteed one reroll, because on defense. I guess you don't know that you're going to be defense versus offense, so
yeah,
you wouldn't necessarily spend your last reroll in regular time. You can give the defensive team a one-turn attempt. No, that would really
no. That would make Skaven super OP.
I mean, there's also the argument that why are you balancing a game that a lot of the fun comes from the imbalance.
I like Rebel's system. I like the a good defense equals a win.
Yeah,
like
but you don't want to get into a situation where you're like you're making rules just to give agi teams some sort of hope in a 24 turn game. Yeah, I like no LOS in overtime. I think that's good because I think the majority of the advantage comes from those three.
I think the two
blocks.
coaches should have to do pistols at high noon. That's a good way. In the past, I've also joked that the two coaches should have to play that Death Zone game.
Ugh. Oh, they have to do over. They have to actually just as a tiebreaker. They have to play a completely different game.
Yeah, you remember the really bad Blood Bowl Death Zone thing?
I've never played it. I think there was an attempt to resurrect it on the rookie server at one point, and there was like I think because you can see the Steam stats for like how many people playing it. I think they got up to like double figures at one point. There's two pilings on or piling ons, however you prefer. Close to legend on Voodoo Funk. He's getting there. He'll get there sooner rather than later.
Ooh, that's a good start.
That is a good start. It's a regen, but you don't care because it's overtime.
Yeah, regen that does not matter. Badly hurt, so it couldn't. Basically the same result.
Yeah. Yeah, Khemri are looking strong here. Not great LOS blocks, I don't think, but getting the removal and having the freaky deaky movement 8 thrower is such a big advantage.
Yeah, and the movement 8 thrower is holding the ball, so.
Yeah, and making a 75% pickup. I think he made 75% pickups this game, so has overperformed. Do you remember the?
I think a lot of people played it by accident.
Is it real time?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a real time game mode in Blood Bowl 1 as well. That was spicy. So committing to a flank here and the piling on Pestigor is somewhat out of position.
Quite out of position, yeah.
Don't love those GFIs, but you do have 4 rerolls, so not a big deal.
4 is so many.
Yeah.
For overtime.
Not a scoring threat next turn, but probably the turn after that. They're going to be within range. Yeah, I like the GFIs there. You're in a situation where you can just tie down enough of the Nurgle to get into a scoring position and then win the game. Without a cage diver, it's very difficult to sack the ball here because there's a lot of guard, a lot of good players. Maybe the Nurgle could have kept their defensive shape a bit better. It is huge for kicks. Maybe the overtime should just be, yeah, like a kicks mini game that's like a quick time event.
So I know for the kickoffs, the elves throw the ball instead of kicking it. Can I use all my throwing skills in the kicks minigame?
No, because it has to be based on your reflexes as a human. It's not turn based. It's like you have to actually like hit the it'll be like a random letter pops up on the keyboard.
Yeah, but is the timing window like better if you have skills like
Oh.
kick?
No, how? Okay, I got it. It's a typing of the dead style simulator. You have to type Blood Bowl related words, and you have to type like block or push or dirty player, and you have to type it perfectly, taking it in
You have to type your opponent's player names.
Oh god, I got the Russian guy again. In Trackmania, they have a tiebreaker. If the cars finish the race in the exact same millisecond, so 1,000th of a second, if they finish, but they both cross the line in the same millisecond, the tiebreaker is alphabetical order for the username of the player. Which is going to be the most unsatisfying way to resolve a tiebreak.
It's like those tiebreakers that are in the backs of the board game manuals.
Yeah.
Though usually those things are more often used for like starting player, which is still BS. Though some of the I do appreciate the games that get more interesting with their choices for the starting player choice.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, where it's like
I've seen some pretty funny ones.
Yeah,
in recent board games.
Yeah, there's like who the last player to have a birthday and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a little more common. I like the interesting ones, like the last player to visit the bathroom. You can get pretty spicy with those.
I don't think we had any foul appearance or greedy rolls so far, or fouls, but we had 2 piling ons. Would you half die the Tomb Guardian?
Risky. It goes for it.
Yeah, I think you take that result.
Do you follow?
Ooh. I think I would have chosen both down there. Just stay based.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, no. It's the Camry chose. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a red die. The Camry could have chosen both down. And it would have just
Yeah, but I think like the push is better for the Camry.
No.
Oh, there's your foul appearance counter.
Yeah.
And the team reroll for the turn.
I got a foul appearance. Let me write that down. 1. So it turned out to be a good follow. I thought it wasn't a good follow, but yeah, results based analysis. Blitzing with just tackle here, so 1 in 81 possibilities. But he's fine.
1 in 9 possibilities because the rerolls.
Oh yeah, shit! 1 in 9 possibilities. All of a sudden, the Camry has just gone like the Camry coach has just gone nuts, making.
No, oh my god, it's all foul now.
Oh yeah, come on, foul appearance. Will we have more foul appearance
all the time,
or more piling on? Does that count as greed? Re-rolling the foul appearance. I
certainly counts as something.
I'm gonna count that as greed. That's a greed. Sagrada player last. I have visited the Sagrada Familia, so I think that's a good rule.
I trying to remember. There was like a. I don't remember anymore though. I know some use like height, but that's stupid. I don't like any of the ones that don't change.
You don't want them to be, you don't want them to be deterministic. You want them to be like kind of random.
Because if you play with the same group all the time, they kind of like you can't use it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost to Google the interesting ones because there are some I just can't remember them. It's been a long time since I played in-person board games. To be fair, I like those GFIs a lot, even though you've used the reroll for the turn. I think that you need to get that Tomb Guardian relevant. It's hard to see the Nurgle stopping the score.
It's still hard to see, but I mean it's slightly better than it was last turn.
How do you feel about half die on the Tomb Guardian, clearing the way for a
Blitz on the ball?
A blitz on the ball. 1 die if you stand up the Pestigor on the sideline. Are you going to get a better shot, realistically?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Can't get the beast anywhere good right now.
I mean, you need to start off with
if you knock down that Tomb
11%
Guard,
knockdown,
like,
yeah.
you can get the beast over there and on the ball, maybe.
You still need so many assists to get. Oh, you use break tackle rather than block.
Yeah,
block
yeah.
the Tomb Guardian. Yeah. That could be good, yeah. I think he has to do something. I think this is the turn where he needs to do something. The Rod are coming in the backfield.
You could base up the tackle throw raw and blitz from the floor onto the skeleton.
Just to get a base. Just to base
to get a base
ball
on the
carrier.
ball. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then get some of your other players in front. I think that's probably your best plan, your safest plan.
Yeah, no, I like that more than a double red die play. Or a red die into a 1 die. You need to get in the way. You need to be baiting things like foul appearance failures or like quad skulls. These this is what you kind of what you're relying on. Moving before activating the beast, so the beast is not going to reposition.
I mean, you can move players that don't cost dice, right? Like, but yeah, moving before the beast activation is a bit weird. But maybe you want to.
Maybe you don't want to risk the dodge.
Yeah, maybe you do want to dodge and you don't want to risk it early. Like, this is also pretty safe. Just blitz down the throw rod, dodge out the Pestigor.
Yeah. You can form if you can get to. He's kind of close to forming an Elven Column kind of screen thing. If you can get the dodge.
And he's in scoring range, but it is 2 GFIs at the moment.
Yeah, you don't want to take GFIs. You can take 1 square turn as the Khemri and get within striking distance, I think, like they did in the first half. Did I say thank you for the follow? Jim Miranda. I don't think I did. Congratulations on becoming a main league admin as well. I don't hate using a reroll on this dodge either. I think you need to be getting some value out of your rerolls before the game's over, is the Nurgle. GFIs to not have to. I think the Khemri are in a pretty good position. The ball, there is a roller that they can just cage up, right? Take 2 die blocks, form a cage. So we might see. Oh, I don't really like that. Unless you reposition your killer, the beast is going to be way out of the action. It's pretty much irrelevant for this drive now.
He's still in range to go like to most of the places where the cage is going to form, so I don't know.
You could have like blitzed round the back with the beast and blitzed through that skeleton potentially to base up. 1, 2, 3.
Here's the dodge of the pesty, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm rerolling this. You
One
need to use your
reroll
rerolls before the game is over.
That is true. As a defense, you do have to hold out for quite a long time.
But you need to get lucky as well, so you have to play as though you're going to get lucky.
Yeah,
definitely. If that makes sense. You need to play into the variance. So assume you're not going to roll in dub skulls. Assume that you're going to make the red dice sack play or whatever you manage to manufacture. The Khemri are a bit cramped at the moment.
Yeah, they're not in the best of positions, to be honest.
There's a lurking Rodder in the back as well. So a pretty good turn for the Nurgle, managing to shore up the defense. Taking away the chance of them scoring this turn, in all likelihood.
Yeah, I mean, they're not scoring this turn.
If you leave like a one layer screen though, and it's and you know it's the playoffs, you're like, if I just roll these two GFIs and blitz through the screen, I could win the game right now. It's always a consideration. So I think that Khemri are going to be just basing up quite heavily, try and force their way through via.
Yeah, they're going to try and force this sideline pretty heavy with the bases. I don't think they can turn back to the middle at any point. Like, I think they're committed to the sideline.
I'm not really seeing a full cage anywhere, particularly.
Yeah, cage is going to be difficult.
They can, as long as they screen off from that Rodder, they should be okay.
I'm not sure they will.
oh, Rodders, they have Agi 3. Oh my god. Right, okay. 3+, 5+ sack here. Unfortunately, pretty terrible recovery for...
You don't need recovery.
No.
Just
you do need recovery.
Put it the sideline and have it go like all the way down the other end, right?
We could be looking at neither side picks up the ball for a long time if the sack comes off.
That suits the Nurgle just fine.
It does. Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know why you would give that up, unless you just didn't. You just look at the Rodder and you're like, how the hell is that guy going to dodge?
So if you get a 1D POW on... Or did that guy just stand up? Oh, that guy just stood up. Okay, never mind. I always hate that that doesn't turn their color different. When
Yeah, I agree, Yayo. I think you take that all day. Even commit a reroll to it. Why not? Because you'd have to make some dodges to form a screen here. Oh, it doesn't go for it. Just going for the old blitz and base. Don't love that.
I don't think he's going to base. I think he's going to screen still.
But then there's 2 dodges at least just to make the screen. He's hitting the Tomb Guardian. I guess you could. It has stand firm. You need to give it 3 assists. I mean, if you go for the sack there, you can also knock it diagonally and hope for a crowd scatter, which might just win you the game as Nurgle. Even if you don't have the recovery for it.
Yeah, exactly. Crowd scatter seems to be a good option.
I think he's just dodging out here. He's got a 2+ dodge with 2 heads. He can move the warrior to the second column. Form up do like another elven column sort of thing. You might see a score next turn. If he forms a full screen here, I don't think he will. Going for the one die with Wrestle here, it looks like. Yeah, 3 crowd scatters, 2 regular. But you have to play into the variance as the Nurgle coach. Yeah, stand firm's a good skill.
Push. This is definitely got a path, I think.
Yeah, I think he missed a trick by not relocating the beast last turn. He can still do a 4+ dodge, a 4+ activation, then a 2+ dodge. But if you fail the activation, then that Tomb Guardian is free to act, which you might not want. It's very important that I think you have to take the half die. No, you don't want to take the half die as the raw here.
So the one thing I see here is like, he can push to the middle of the field super easily.
Yeah,
now.
that rudder is in the wrong position.
And you can't re-roll that now.
The rudder should be in the middle here. You need to be occupying space rather than shoring up that flank. That flank.
Oh, there's the re-roll. Last re-roll. That flank is... You just ignore the flank now. You just heavy push middle. You cut the corner so easily. Like, it's just over now, right?
Yeah.
I don't foresee a way in which he just doesn't push the middle and completely win.
He doesn't have a lot. He doesn't have a huge number of high mobility pieces to screen off the ball. But I think
it's even
probably
worse.
has
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
freed
over.
up a player. Yeah, didn't like that one dice. Defense is hard.
I guess the only thing that could save you is like 2 foul appearances.
I want to call that another greeter roll. That's a greeter roll for me. That GFI.
Yeah, I don't think the GFI reroll was necessary. I'm not sure the sideline play wasn't really credible, to be honest.
No, I don't think so.
I think I was always going to be aiming to go.
Now that you've had a push on that Nurgle warrior, it's a bit better. But there's a I suppose the beast is sort of in the way here still.
Sorta, but sorta not. Like the blitz draw is free to go base, and then you can just 2-die the beast down.
Yeah, I think I would just position in the middle of the pitch here as the Khemri.
What's that base? Is he trying sideline still?
Maybe.
I don't see it, but sure.
If you get a knockdown,
There's just no path.
if you get a
Marauder
removal,
got over there.
if you get a removal on the show hands and then
You got removal on both.
a one-die blitz on the wrestle, you could get through. But no, he's not.
Okay, I like this play though. I like going in the middle. It's the right play.
Yeah, go to the middle, base up some Nurgle. Whoa,
There's
that's a
break
dodge.
tackle.
Good
Break
job
tackle.
he has. Good job he has some rerolls in the bank. He can put that. Yeah, so now if he goes up another square, he's kind of got the screen here. I'm not sure I'd base here. I may be tempted to be disconnected.
I think the base is necessary because otherwise the Pestigore has enough movement to get around.
Interesting.
I do not like making that block before moving the ball.
No, not at all.
I would follow too.
Yeah, that rod is going to be quite dangerous.
I just don't understand why you stay, because you're not doing anything there.
So you can blitz and base with the beast here, get tackle on the ball, get tentacles on the ball pretty easily. You can even one-die the Tomb Guardian and then go in for a sack with a Nurgle warrior if you get a knockdown.
Look at that hero skeleton though.
Hero skeleton. It's not preventing the tentacles play though.
And the Beast of Nurgle does have friends who can activate him.
Slightly odd positioning of that skeleton as well. I would put him diagonally because you to block off the path. That push changes things quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he was worried about the diagonal blitz from the Pestigore.
But the diagonal blitz is still open, right?
But it'd only be a 1D.
True. And you need to do some GFIs with the rudder as well before you even do
I guess
that.
you could GFI with the rudder twice.
I mean, with that push now, I think it's off the table.
Actually, is it open?
It's not.
I don't think it's open still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. The skeleton's cutting off the blitz angles.
But only because of that push on the Tomb Guardian. If that was a knockdown.
Yes.
So I don't think it was great positioning on the Khemri. On the Khemri turn. I think it's just a blitz and base with the tackle here. With tentacles here.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is that the blitz draw has jugs.
He does. You could GFI with the rudder and base up the blitz draw.
Yes, you could.
And Khemri are a very slow team to switch flanks. So they're a little
team
bit,
can't,
a
but
little
the
bit.
throw rock can.
That one guy can, but bringing
That
the
one
rest,
guy can.
bringing the rest of the team with him is a bit more of an ask. That doesn't prevent GFIs to score, or doesn't mean a hero will require GFIs. So he's still a scoring threat without GFIs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. There's a 6+, 2+2 die on the ball. Yeah, blitz and base here. Armor break. That armor break is pretty
Massive, yeah.
pretty good. Although they have low mobility anyway, so they would be
They could have GFI though.
Yeah, that is a handy.
Like one GFI would have been a guard.
Yeah. So now you base up the drug split straw here. Probably move the rodder first though. Trademark Noble play. It's very, very hard to stop those types of plays.
One GFI puts him on the jugs.
I think he should.
I would take that GFI. Yeah.
He's thinking about it.
I think it's debating which GFIs to do. 2 GFIs to the ball or 1 to the jugs.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to kind of spot those sort of blitz and base plays. I find when playing against Nurgle, because if you form a traditional cage, it's makes it very easy for them.
No GFIs at all with that back rodder.
So he still doesn't have the assists to get a 2 die.
Yeah, he's kind of in the way of that Tomb Guardian.
He is. He's in the exact wrong square. No, the Tomb Guardian's cut off. I love break tackle. I keep forgetting break tackle.
Yeah. Well, he's in the way, but it's might be able to get through. No, it's not easy to get through. The Blitz Raw is almost like blocking the way for the Tomb Guardian.
I think we might be seeing a snaked foul appearance next turn, which would make things very interesting.
It would make things spicy.
I'm calling it now.
Worst yet is the failed foul appearance into reroll success, then
and then a dub skull.
Yeah.
That's always good. I think I called that in a playoffs game last off season. Someone induced Fez, and I think he's ball and chain with foul appearance, and they re-rolled the foul appearance and then dub skulled, and I called it before it happened, and then Fez sacked the ball. It's pretty epic. Someone find that clip. It's on my Twitch channel. No Justice doesn't get the foul appearance proc that he wanted there.
Yep, and that should be game.
GG. Coaches are exchanging pleasantries.
Movement 8 is a drug.
Movement 8. Well, yeah, exceptionally strong. That game. Agi 2. Behaving like Agi 4, pretty much, for the pickups. So the crowd favorite, Khemri, winning the game. I don't think the Khemri did a huge amount wrong. Sorry, not the Khemri. I don't think the Nurgle did a huge amount wrong.
Neither team did. Like it's one of those games where both teams are evenly matched, both teams played evenly, and then kickoff in overtime determined the winner.
Yeah. I mean, there was the sack first half, which made things slightly more interesting. If it had
certainly made
resulted
things spicy.
in a removal or something, that would have been probably a totally different outcome for the match. But
and there were also like times at which the that specific throw raw was left out hanging for a while.
Yeah, he could have not come back. That's true. I still think even with the understudy thrower, I still think the Khemri would have ground it out. But
Definitely would have been harder though.
it would have, yeah, for sure. We would have gone a bit deeper into the overtime potentially. But congratulations to the coach, whose name I forget.
Oh my god, that throw rock
Cowboys
got
move.
more than enough SPP there. He started at 73 and he got 11 this game.
Yikes. It'd be interesting to see what he picks there. I think there's a lot of
There's a lot of
candidates.
options because like none of the options are amazing. So there's a lot of like equally medium options.
Yeah, I agree, Dreamify, that like the first half was kind of exemplified by extreme greedy rolling and piling on, not really resulting in that much. And then the Nurgle kind of, maybe their path to victory was just generating enough removals second half to really dig into the Khemri bench, but they didn't quite get far enough, and the KO rolls were just about good enough for the Khemri to kind of power through and get into a scoring position that was hard to stop.
And there were obviously turns in that second half, in that overtime, where maybe they could have played a little more aggressively, but it's always hard to
Yeah,
say.
they didn't really have much. I think that one die Rodder sack, I think, was probably a missed opportunity. But it's always tricky because you can see your chances dwindling, and what you want is a 2-die on the ball with wrestle and tackle, but you're not going to get that. So you kind of like, oh, you know, maybe I'll take a dodge into a 1-die or even a half die with wrestle or something. But then you don't get that either because you're waiting longer and longer for like a good opportunity, for like a mistake from your opponent or a failed block that causes a turnover. But if it never comes, it's like, ah, well, I should have taken that 1-die. Never mind. Commiserations to Braun. Yeah, well, you have to go look to see if the Khemri coach has beaten you in the past when you played before.
Yeah, I could look.
Yeah, he's got what's his record? I don't think we saw the record for the Khemri. Let me just have a look. If he'll be on like 70% win rate or something.
I won 2-0.
No justice.
It was actually last season, so it wasn't that long ago. But I mean, it's kind of unfair because like Elves versus Khemri is a pretty one-sided matchup.
Yeah, good record actually. 31 wins, 14 draws, 18 losses. Good record for Khemri. But anyway, it's late where I live, so I'm gonna sign off. Thanks for co-casting.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
My voice is a bit hoarse now, but hopefully I'll catch you again in playoffs in later rounds.
I'll certainly be around and doing a few more games. Just depends how my schedule goes.
Sweet. Oh, you watch it on Twitch, on YouTube. I'm still not sure what to do with the YouTube channel. It's like I want to probably put the VODs there, and if you stream to YouTube as well, then you don't need to upload the VOD. But it always has the wrong title when I do the dual stream, so I have to go and correct it afterwards. And I get like 3 views on my videos, so But anyway, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'd love to cast more playoffs Blue Leader. I find that when I'm actually in the playoffs, I'm a lot more engaged as a caster. But yeah, I'll catch you later.